Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Hey, Justin, what you doing?
What's up, Jake? I'm studying for our history test tomorrow. You forgot about it, didn't you?
Yeah.
What'd you get on your last test?
I got 30 out of 32.
Really?
Wrong.
Oh.
I should probably study with you.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
So what are we doing?
Alright, well, right now, history. I'm looking over the Second Continental Congress.
Oh yeah, the Second Continental Congress.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they appointed George Washington to lead the American troops, right?
Yeah, how could you have gotten a 30?
I don't know. But
I mean, 30 wrong with it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even know. But yeah. Wasn't he like super short though, like Napoleon status, but then like he was really successful, kinda like made up for it?
I think I figured out what went wrong last
Why?
time.
That's so right.
No, that was not even close.
Now there's just the matter of who shall lead this continental army. Well, I do say there is no greater man more capable to lead our great new nation than Colonel George Washington himself.
I second.
Oh yeah, I remember learning that. Johnny taught us that for sure, because Johnny's an amazing teacher. But he did lead a small militia throughout the whole war, right?
Well, technically you're right with that statement, because he did lead a militia, but at the Second Continental Congress, the delegates decided to create the American Continental Army, for they just decided that they really didn't stand a chance against England. Jake, are you listening to me? If the Congress so willingly chooses to allow me to lead such a great responsibility as the American Continental Army, then I shall be honored to do so.
After General George Washington was unanimously elected for being the leader of the American Continental Army, he privately discusses his distrust for the militia.
To place any dependence upon militia is assuredly resting upon a broken staff. The sudden change in their manner of living brings on sickness in many, impatience in all, and such an unconquerable desire of returning to their respective homes that it not only produces shameful and scandalous desertions among themselves, but infuses the like spirit in others.
So weren't the delegates really scared to write their names on the Declaration of Independence? I mean, I would have written my name all tiny, because I don't want to face the world's largest military and navy and greatest power of that time.
You're right. Most of the delegates that did sign the Declaration of Independence wrote their signatures incredibly small, because they were afraid, because they're like, oh, independence. We want independence, and England is way more powerful than we are, and we don't really stand a chance. But one very ambitious fellow by the name of John Hancock, he wrote the largest signature on the Declaration of Independence to make a statement.
There! King George should be able to read that.
Now why might you write your name so largely?
Well, you see...
Hancock said he wrote his name so large so that King George could read it without his spectacles on. He was also wanted by British authority and wanted them to know that he was not yet caught.
Washington.
Yes.
Jefferson?
No, that's Jackson.
America does not have any more money to spend on taxes or goods. We need our own form of currency.
Own form of currency, you say? I've got it. We'll print our own money and call them continental.
Genius!
The Congress created an overwhelming amount of these continentals. This led to inflation, in which the continentals lost their value significantly. Oh, is that where the term not worth a continental came from? That's correct, Jake.
So Justin, can you explain to me a little bit more about Thomas Jefferson? Because I'm still a little brief.
Well, Thomas Jefferson, let's see. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. And, you know, it had to be a pretty convincing argument, because we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that.
That's true.
Actually, now that I think about it, do you think this wine is inducing our flashbacks?
No, not at all. That's crazy.
Finally, on July 1st, Robert Lee's Resolution of Independence was brought before Congress for a vote. Neither of the colonies voted yes, whereas 2 of them voted no and 2 of them chose not to vote. On July 2nd, the Resolution of Independence came up once again. At this point, it passed and was later turned into the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson of Virginia was chosen to lead the drafting of the Declaration of Independence, assisted by Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania, John Adams of Massachusetts, Robert Livingston of New York, and Roger Sherman of Connecticut. A resolution for colonial independence was offered to the Continental Congress by Richard Henry Lee of Virginia.
I, Robert Henry Lee of Virginia, believe that these united colonies and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they be absolved from their allegiance from the British Crown, and that all political connection between America and the state of Great Britain is, and ought to be, totally dissolved.
This caused such a stir-up among the members of the Congress that John Hancock decided to call for a break. All of the members were obviously not on the same page. The colonies agreed that England was treating them unfairly, but they did not all agree to push towards independence quite yet.
Oh, Jake, have you actually learned something from all this?
No, not at all.
Go to bed. Just go to bed.
(1776), George Washington, Continental Congress, Jefferson.